Hey guys, this is Miss Morphin 11, and today we'll be viewing Sonic Heroes. But here's a little run quick down for me. In June 18, 2001, Sonic Adventure 2 was the number one 3D Sonic game that everyone loved, besides Sonic Adventures. That even during for the Sega Dreamcast. Then later on, Sega decided that was the last console that they were ever gonna make, and start working not only with Microsoft and Sony, but with Nintendo, Sonic games in Nintendo. Well, I would say that it can't be possible, but they're able to make two remasters of both adventure titles: Sonic Adventures with Sonic Adventure Director's Cut, and Sonic Adventure 2 with Sonic Adventure 2 Battle, both for the Nintendo GameCube. That even in 2003, Sonic decided to make a whole new game, which is Sonic Heroes, which I don't have I have the game, but I don't have the actual game cover. Now, here's the thing: when I first when I first look at the game, as in the game as a whole, the game was actually good. I mean, the game was focused on the main trio: Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles. Until I look at more images in the game, and then I realize there's over 12 different characters. Oh my! Amy? Oh no! Big? Oh great! Cream, like from Sonic Advance? I guess that makes sense. Rouge? We got Rouge back? Oh no, not a treasure hunting stage. Uh, Gamma on steroids, I think. Well, well, Gamma going crazy. I'll say that. I was both confused but more excited for the game because, as a whole, I don't mind playing as different characters. At the end of the day, it's about the plot, the controls, and summary overall how effective the game can be. Right now, when I first opened the game up, I realized that the game is mostly team based. It's a team based game. But before we get started on that, let's get started with the plot. Starting Team Sonic. Team Sonic starts off with Sonic going loop de loops and running through rocky hills, I should say. With Tails and Knuckles giving a message to Sonic from Eggman saying that in 3 days he will conquer the world. With no time to lose, the main trios had head off to stop Eggman. In Team Rosa's story starts off with Amy looking at a very photo of Sonic holding Chocola Chow and Froggy. With losing the evidence, Cream was able to grab it, but Cream was about to be blown away, and that's when Big decided to save them. With there no time to lose, they decided to sell out and look for Chocola and Froggy. Yep, Big lost the frog again. But don't worry, guys, there's no fishing in this game. Thank you. In Team Chaotix, you the three trios of the Chaotic, which is none other than SPO the Chameleon, Vector the Crocodile, and Charmy Bee. I would say where's Mighty, but I think he must have forgot to set his alarm clock. If you guys don't know what Team Chaotic is, which used to be me, but then I realized Team Chaotic was actually originated from Knuckles Chaotic, which was made from the Sega Genesis with a 3D add-on, which I will review it, but I don't have the Sega Dreamcast nor the Sega add-on for it, and I don't feel like buying one just to play the game. They were about to go out of business when Charmy to give an special delivery delivered by an unknown person that will pay them handsomely for their work effort. With their time, they decided to go on with the mission. The only really interesting part will be Team Dark. It begins with Rouge infiltrating Eggman's base to look for his top secret treasure, who would none other be Shadow the Hedgehog. Yeah, in the end of Sonic Adventure 2, Shadow, which we thought died in Adventure 2, which in the end, all he had was his bracelet. Well, his hit inhibitor rings, but realized he actually was alive. But Eggman was keeping them in a solitude, confinement, keeping him alive, which a new character named E102 Omega decided to go gun right shoot both Shadow and Rouge, which Shadow and Rouge was about to go out in an ultimate brawl, but Rouge was able to stop them. Then we finally had to get the whole summary of why Omega was going crazy. It turns out that Eggman has sealed Omega in the secret base, and Shadow was losing some memories. Yeah, Shadow's memory was kind of a little problem. I would really complain about that, but due to the fact that he kind of, crashed into Earth again in Sonic Adventure 2 and he didn't die, I guess he must have bunked his head so hard that he forgot his memories again. So I'll leave that alone. Omega wants to take out anything that referenced Dr. Eggman, including Dr. Eggman himself. The two butt heads and form a team so that way they can find Eggman and Omega can kill him. Whew. It's hard for me to review it and talk about the story at the same time. Anyway, without further ado, let's see how this can go out either or. Trust me. Anyway, now, as I said, the game is a team-based kind of game, which actually kind of makes things much easier for me to review when I want to get this started. You have Team Sonic, which stars the three trios, Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles. Team Dark starting Shadow, Rouge, and, like I said, E102 Omega, which is the new characters. Team Rose starting Amy Rose, Cream the Rabbit, and Cheese, and Big the Cat. And Team Chaotix, like I said, which originated from Knuckles Chaotix, starring SBO the Comedian, SBO the Chameleon, Vet the Crocodile, and Charmy Bee. Now, each team are actually forming into three kind of tags. You got your speed characters that emphasize on speed, which is none other than Sonic, Shadow, Amy, and SBO. With the fastest one on the trio, it makes things much easier to move through stage to stage in high speed. You have your flying characters that can reach the high grounds and take down any enemies that's in the high grounds, which is none other than Tails, Rouge, Cream, and Charmy Bee. With your power characters, is not only able to get knocked down anything that's solid and solid and, hard to get down with either the flying or speed characters, you switch to them and they have actual combos, which is none other than Knuckles, Omega, Big, and Vector. Sorry, again, it's hard for me to think at the same time. Which, in the end, they all sort of have the same reason why they meet at the same part. I guess. Now, with that out of the way, let's talk about the gameplay itself. I already went down on how each clan is actually different from one another. Now, here's the thing. Each character has their own ways to get into the goal. But the only thing is each team is a little bit different and depends on the difficulty you ask. Let me break it down. Team Rose is considered the easy mode. Team Sonic considered it as the hard mode. The normal mode. Team Dark considered it as the hard mode. And Team Chaotix is, well, actually, you got me there. It can be easy and hard depending on how long you take on the mission. It can be simple missions, as in locating a single child, but then there might be a much harder mission, which is either to blow out or destroy certain items or enemies. It gets harder each time, but for me, when I first played the game, I was able to breeze through all the stages except for one stage, which tended to make me look like an idiot when I was running around, which is none other than Mystic Mansion. It's kind of weird, but yeah, I know. Now, here's the thing. I love the game overall. You get to switch on 3 different characters, and you have multiple ways to get to the goal ring. The only problem I have with the game as a whole would be the controls. I don't know why they mess up the controls so hard. In Sonic Adventure 1 and 2, their speed was actually normal. It actually made things much easier. But apparently in Sonic Heroes, someone thinks that their speed was not going fast enough because their acceleration is going to the roof. I love the game overall. It has great stages, great mechanics, and a great library of music. But since they messed up the one thing, which is the controls, they kind of accidentally shot themselves in the foot here with this. Mm. Anyway, with Sonic Heroes, it makes things a little bit much easier. When you play all four of them, it makes things much easier to get to the final part of the story. Now, anyway, in the final story segment, which I'll give you a real quick summary because I don't have much time, it was be none other than Metal Sonic, one of Eggman's creation, who'd been secretly collecting data and posing as Dr. Eggman to get data from each character's speed, ultimate, chaos, whatever you call it, data. Then he used the powers and data he got to transform into a giant crazy monster that spends about a 43 second long time to transform. Literally. You can actually play the game and you can actually time it. I timed it, and since I was a minute late when I timed it, it was actually 42 seconds, but really it was 43. With the real superpower of Teamwork, they were able to collect the Chaos Symbols and go into their supersonic state. Team Sonic was able to take them down, and our heroes go on through their next adventures. Whew, so that's done. Now, here's the thing. Sonic Heroes has some great stages, and then there's some stages where I cannot really stand no more because it kind of really triggers me. Let me break the four stages I have. The four stages are none other than Casino Park, Bingo Highway, Rail Canyon, and Bullet Station. Let's tackle the first two least trigger ones I have. It will be none other than Casino Park and Bingo Highway. Now, don't get me wrong. I love casino zones in Sonic games. Sonic Advance had Casinopolis Zone, and I guess Twinkle Park when you count that. Sonic 2 has Casino Night Zone, and I love each second of it. The controls and everything was good. And I like how they use Sonic as a little pinball for each game. But with Sonic Heroes, it kind of made things a little bit much difficult for me to like, Casino Zone games. First off, you have the camera angles. And I swear, the camera angles is not really the best way to promote a Sonic game. Now, here's the thing. It makes things much easier to also like Bingo Highway because there's so many pits, which I always fall every single time. Then we got the most trigger ones, which is none other than Rail Canyon and Bullet Station. Two stages that love grinding rails like crazy. That's what you basically do with 95% of the game. The other 5% is as simple as pulling switches or hitting targets or something like that. I just don't understand why I do stuff like that. You must have to emphasize on which one you're going, and you have to rail switch depending on how fast it goes. Rail switching is something that I swear is glitched like crazy. There's some times where I'm accidentally thinking that I'll be safe, only to realize when I'm trying to rail switch to the right, I end up flying off the track and I'll be end up dead. I always have to be careful, and I always switch to the flying formation. Which, if you actually look at my last gameplay, you see me dying multiple times due to the fact of the rail switching. Man. Now, also, a lot of the stages that are overwhelm their stages. I mean, really overwhelming it. Again, like I said, each team have their own difficulty. Like I said, Team Rose is considered the easy mode. Team Sonic considered as the normal mode. Well, let me break it down actually much further. Team Rose is the easy mode for people who have never played a Sonic game. Team Sonic is the normal people for people who played the Sonic game before and have experienced it. Team Dark is the hard mode for hardcore Sonic fans who want more difficulty in their games. And Team Chaotix is, well, you got me there. I never figure out their difficulty when it comes to that. It kind of makes it much harder for me, but I would say it's all the above for that. That way it makes things much easier. And here's the thing. I know what you're thinking. Is there any interesting things into it? There's no child guarding. There's no mech shooting. There's no treasure hunting. There's no fishing. There's no upgrades. There's no hub worlds. There's nothing. Nothing but high speed from beginning to end. Whew! I'm actually kind of happy there's no treasure hunting. Don't get me wrong. I love Sonic Adventure and Sonic Adventure 2. They actually bring something unique into the table. You got, in Sonic Adventures, you have competitive with Tails' story, which gave it a race between either Sonic or Dr. Eggman. Amy was okay, where you had to find a way to get to the balloon and make sure you don't die because due to one of Eggman's robots. Gamma's is like a shooting when it comes to it, along with Tails and Dr. Eggman in Avenger 2, depending on it. But I really don't like treasure hunting stages. It's because I'm impatient or I just don't have time for it. But sometimes the help when it comes to it, it makes things much harder for me to locate and find each piece of the Master Emerald. Now, here's the thing. But the only problem I have would be T with Sonic and Shadow, you're able to use a technique called the tornado, which only Sonic and Shadow are able to do. By pressing the jump and the action button, you're able to do a whirlwind of a tornado. And actually, basically, you can do a lot of things. You can jump, do the homing attack, you can do the tornado, and there's actually another new move called the rocket Cell, which, well, you got me there. I can find it useful, but I don't use it too much. What is with 3D Sonic games and giving new moves that wasn't even there? What happened to the spin dash? The spin dash was actually great in the Sega Genesis. Even it was ported in both Sonic Adventure 1 and 2. Heck, I mean, shoot, I'll take the somersault, which that wasn't even in that game, and that was only just showing in Sonic Adventure 2, which it was a good maneuver. With the rocket cell, I mean, I can use it, but I don't use it as much. The only time I would use it is either to gain speed or just to get faster, just to bypass the stage. Which if you look at my first ever game of Sonic Heroes, you see me using the rocket cell crazy just to get past the stage. Other than that, I don't even use that move too much. I would actually all teams able to use the rocket cell, but mostly Team Sonic and Team Dark. Team Rose and Team Chaotix, on the other hand, they can use the rocket itself, but not as frequently as Team Sonic or Team Dark. They have their own unique playstyle, which Amy can use a hammer to not only grant her an extra jump, but also a technique called the hammer tornado, or something like that. I don't know. Which takes a little longer for Team Rose in order to charge up their rocket itself. With Team Chaotix, SPO has ninja stars, which you're able to throw, which makes things a little more difficult to do the rocket itself. Because of Team Chaotix and Team Rose, I always accidentally do another move instead of trying to do the rocket itself, which annoys me like crazy. But, like I said, it's always the controls in that game. Like I said, your speed characters are always running around crazy loops, and they're very, very slippery. As soon as you get to the part of the edge, you have to immediately jump or die in trying it. With your flying characters, your speed is cut down tremendously. You must carry your team. Why? Why can't I just run normally like I did in the speed formation and then take my friends when I'm ready to take up the sky? Actually, you could do that when your friends are immobilized, but why can't I do it separately? Yeah, it's a nitpick, but still. And your powers are somewhat normal, which I kind of actually have no choice but to switch the power, which is not as slippery as it's not as slow as a flying, but not as fast as a speed formation. But the only problem I have is their combat, specifically Knuckles and Omegas. Knuckles and Omega slide about 5 feet in order for them to start a combo. But at least with Knuckles, Knuckles are able to do a rapid punch and then able to continue with combat. But with Omega, Omega slide like crazy. Now, here's the thing. There are certain items that return. Let's say the invincibility, speed sneakers, and shield. But what you really want are the level up levels. The more there's actually three to obtain. For each There's three for each one. The more you get, the stronger they get. For speed characters, instead of taking more hits just to kill an enemy, it takes one homing attack and actually into killing them. For flying, which they use the technique which is called the thunder shoot, which is able to throw your teammates as projectiles. It's really useful at level 2 or level 3. It actually straight up kills the enemies instead of just paralyzing and immobilizing them. And as for power characters, they're able to do different combat depending on which team you have. Now, in order for you to do that for Knuckles and Omega, they have to slide into 5 feet, and I hate every second of it. God. now, now for Team Chaotix, their tactic is a mission based one, which it can be easy ones like say locating a single child or defeating three golden turtle enemies. But then there's longer ones. Like say you have to defeat 80 robots and blow out 50 torches. Why did they over specify that? Now some missions are also just to reach the gold ring, but others are just really downright stupid. Now I know what you're thinking. If you don't like the stage line, but here's the thing: their time and when all together, their timeline is crazy long, which take up a lot more time, which giving you a lower rank. Let me break it down again. Imagine this is your length of Sonic Heroes stage length. Team Rose would be half of this, while Team Sonic and Team Dark would be around here, and so on and so forth. Now, I know what you're thinking. If you don't like the stage length of Team Sonic, Team Dark, or Team Chaotix, why not stick with Team Rose? Now, I wish I could, but there's one little problem. Here's a final story segment. Yeah, like Adventure 1 and Adventure 2, there's a final story segment when you complete all four stages, all four teams, and grab the Chaos Symbols. Now, I also know what you're thinking, too, before I cover the Chaos Symbols. Since there's four different teams, do they all bring something unique to the table? Well, no. Each team actually goes to the same stages, 9 stages, 4 times. It all begins with Seaside Hill and ends at Final Fortress, which makes things much harder. They all fight the same bosses and they all go to the same teams, with Team Rose giving a little tutorial for people who don't ever play the game. Now for the really annoying part of the game, which is the special stage and grabbing the Chaos Symbols. Grabbing the Chaos Symbol is sort of easy. Sort of, depending on which team you play. In order for you to grab the Chaos Symbols, you must grab the key, which is located in the second act of the stage, and make sure you play through the whole stage without taking any damage. And then after that, you can have the Chaos Symbols. Now, I would like to say a few things, but I can't. So I'm gonna let my man name. I mean, I'm gonna let this YouTuber named Some Call Me Johnny say a few things that make me really feel about this special stage.
These special stages are horrible. In order to collect the emerald, you need to keep your speed going by collecting these colorful orbs and grab the emerald before reaching the exit. The more orbs you collect, the faster you get. You can even boost when you fill enough of the meter to get even more speed. Your obstacles are two things: these spike bombs that slow you down exponentially, and the worst control I've ever experienced in a Sonic game. Holy sh! It's so slippery, it's so jittery, and it's so easy to up. If you don't collect enough orbs to reach that emerald in the first 15 seconds of the special stage. You will fail.
For those who ne- for those who didn't hear it due to the quality of the audio, I'm gonna let it repeat one more time for those who haven't heard it yet. Literally, this is somehow how I really feel. This seriously, the special stage just really trigger so much.
These special stages are horrible. In order to collect the emerald, you need to keep your speed going by collecting these colorful orbs and grab the emerald before reaching the exit. The more orbs you collect, the faster you get. You can even boost when you fill enough of the meter to get even more speed. Your obstacles are two things: these spike bombs that slow you down exponentially, and the worst control I've ever experienced in a Sonic game. Holy sh! It's so slippery, it's so jittery, and it's so easy to up. If you don't collect enough orbs to reach that emerald in the first 15 seconds of the special stage, you will fail.
And he ain't joking too. Trust me. Here's a little hint. Here's a little thing I want to tell you. When I first played the game, I collected 6 out of 7 Chaos Emeralds with Team Sonic, and I thought that if I collect 6 here and collect one more with one other team, I'd be good. Turns out I was wrong. I collected every single Chaos Emeralds, but the two stages that really grind my gear and almost made me quit on the Chaos Emeralds was none other than Frog Forest. No, yeah, Frog Forest and Final Fortress as Team Sonic. And he wasn't joking either. The controls in that special stage were garbage. Horrible. As in, never want to do it again. Now, please, take me and some call me Johnny's advice. If you're going to go after Chaos Emeralds, please get them as Team Rose. Since the stage length is not as um long or tedious when it comes to as the stage length, it makes things much easier for you to try again when you eventually mess up. Now, the difficulty actually kind of ranges on how long each stage gets and how many enemies is thrown at you. Since Team Rose has less enemies, it makes things much easier to grab all the Chaos Emeralds in the second act of the stage. Oh man. Now, here's the ending of my review. Overall, the game was a really overall the game I really love it. Besides two things, which is the special stage and the controls of the game, I don't mind playing Sonic Heroes over and over and over. Shoot, even when I'm not recording this game, I still play Sonic Heroes down on my downtime when I don't feel like playing either Super Mario 64, Smash Brothers, Fortnite, or other games. I love this game overall. Even though when they mess up the controls, they kind of accidentally shot themselves with the foot here, I still play the game regardless. Overall, the game gets from me a straight up 8 out of 10 at best. Keep it up, Sega. You're doing good. Well, thank you guys for watching this video. Please like and comment and subscribe to my channel. And hit the notification so you can get an update when I do gameplays, reactions, or something like that. Oh, and before I go, there's a little something I wanted to give you. This game I also like to feature real quick. This game is called Reek Room, which is a crossover of a VR and a Roblox kind of game, which is really good overall. You're able to customize characters, meet friends around the world. Actually, today I actually played some of my friends like Troy and Tyler. We were having a ball of the game. It was really fun. There were a bunch of kinds. There's horror movies, acting, anime, gaming, you name it, they have it. You can even drink in the game. Literally in the game, of course. That game overall gets a 10 out of 10 at best. Now, like I said, thank you guys for watching this video. Please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. And hit the notifications so that you guys can get an update when I do gameplays, reactions, or something, or reviews, or unboxings, or something like that sort. In next video, I'm gonna continue playing Sonic Heroes and continue with Bullet Station. God. Well, Pray the Lord if I'm able to get to this stage. See you all. Have a good day. Peace from Mr. Mario 11, and I hope you have a great day. Bye.